Oof, almost. This is officially the dumbest thing I've ever done. Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. It's another episode here on Ballin' Builds, and in this episode we are going to be fixing my Ram. So the problem is with the fuel tank. So every time I go to fill this thing up, it pops the little filler nozzle over and over and over again. So it drives me crazy. It takes like 30 minutes to 40 minutes just to fill the thing up, and it's really, really annoying. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take you to the gas station just so I can show you guys what's going on, and then we'll go through how we can actually fix it. So let's head over there. As you can see, we also have two other check engine lights. This one is showing that the cap has been removed, and that's because something else I tried that didn't work. And then we have the check engine light because of something else I tried that didn't work. But I'll show you more later on when we get the bed off. So those are some of the symptoms of what's going on, what's wrong with it. But we're gonna go ahead and actually pull off the bed. That way I can show you guys everything, show you the emissions, things, and what's actually causing it to click, what's causing that problem, what I've tried in the past that didn't work, so that we can find a solution that will work, that'll fix the check engine lights, and hopefully not be popping anymore. All right, so if I remember correctly, there are 6 bolts that we need to take out in order to pull the bed off, just 3 on each side. So we're gonna go ahead and pull out those bolts and get it ready to get lifted off. I don't know what size socket it is, but I'm gonna be guessing that it's probably an 18. So we got an 18mm socket, got the longest extension I could find, pretty long, and then we got a drill. Makes things easier. Oh dang, looks like it's not long enough. And it's not an 18. All right, trying the 19. All right guys, so with the help of my dad, we were able to lift the bed up, and it's up on the tires right now. We're kind of balancing on the bumper, which is okay. We got the tailgate off, made it a little bit lighter, so that was good. But now I want to kind of show you guys what's going on right here, what's going on, what the problem is, and how we're gonna fix it. So as I said, we got this truck a few months ago, and ever since we got it, it had the problem of it filling up. So one time me and my brother went to the gas station while the bed was off, and we actually just drilled a hole in the tank, which allowed the tank to breathe, and it fixed the problem for a while. Then the problem got worse, and we tried fixing it again with a little bit bigger hole, but now we're having the problem again. What we think it is this time is we started looking at this filler neck hose right here, and it's kinked really bad, as you can see, and we think that that is the culprit, because no matter what angle this thing's at, even if it's at the proper angle like right here, it's still kinked really bad. So we're gonna go ahead and try to pull this off and replace it and see if that works. And to fix the problem with the check engine light and the fuel cap light, we actually just need to reinstall this thing right here. As we can see, the plastic clip that holds it on broke off, and this thing was completely off. So we need to go ahead and throw a zip tie or something there that locks it into place. Also, side note, this is one of the best socket sets I've ever got, and I got it from Tractor Supply one time, and it was like 10 or 15 bucks, but this thing is awesome. It always has the size I need. Even though it doesn't have every size, it always has the size I need, which is awesome. But as you can see, the ratchet is missing because we lost it. No way. Of course, now that I just said that, I can't find the right socket. I just totally jinxed us. So here's the filler neck line. As you can see, it's almost like permanently creased right there. So we're gonna go see if we can find one the exact same size. We're gonna head to some of our other projects down there and see if we have any that aren't being used, and see if we can take one of the fuel lines. I don't really want to go buy a new fuel line, but if we do, we'll just head to Napa, because Napa usually has pretty good fuel lines for a pretty affordable price. We have this chassis right here that is from one of my brother's builds, and I think it might have a filler line that we can take from it. Might be that right there. We're gonna try to pull off some of these tires and see if it's the right size. Oof, almost. Just from looking at it first glance, it looks a little short. Oh yeah, definitely a little short. So it looks like everything we have is a little bit too short or a little bit too small. So I think we're gonna run to Napa real quick and try to get the perfect size. Sadly, we can't take the Ram because obviously the bed's on the tires, but we'll take that 150. Oh, almost forgot the fuel line. There she is. All right, here we go for real this time. Welcome to Napa. All right, I'm gonna run in and get it, and I'll be back in a flash. So we are back, and here's what we got. We got some goodies. So we got this big filler neck, and it's actually got a spring inside so it won't collapse when it's turning. So we're gonna go ahead and try that. It's a little bit longer, a little bit bigger, but it should be able to work. We got some of these heavy duty clamps that should allow us to cinch it down, so we shouldn't have to worry about it slipping off or being too loose. So let's head back to the house and we'll give it a try. All in all, I think that filler neck with those clamps was about 50 bucks, which isn't too bad. If it fixes the problem, it's worth it. If it doesn't, probably still worth it, because like I said, that thing was pretty collapsed, and so I think by fixing this, we can at least rule it out in the future. All right, get a light here for you guys. Hey, actually pretty snug. I thought it was gonna be way bigger than that. Heard something pop. That's never a good sign. All right, so we got this filler neck installed, and it looks pretty sweet. I definitely don't think this thing's gonna kink. And this is our breather over here, as I talked about a little bit earlier. I just kind of want to blow into it and see if it's clear. Oh yeah, I can hear it blowing into the tank. So this thing is good and clear. My other worry was that maybe it was getting pinched somehow somewhere. So let's kind of route it over here out of the way, so that when we set the bed back on, it won't pinch and it won't get too dirty. That way it's up out of the way, and it should be able to breathe and allow this tank to fill up. So I think with all of that being said, we just need to go ahead, throw a zip tie or something onto this so that it won't come back off, and then we should be good to set the bed back on. All right, let me show you all a hack. So if you take one of these little zip ties, it doesn't have to be this style with whatever this is on the top, but just a little zip tie, you can go ahead and you can loop it around where the old plastic clip used to be, and you feed it through. Oop, kind of hard to do one-handed, but you tighten it on down, and if done correctly, it should be on nice and tight. Yep, that's going nowhere. So that's a little hack if you ever break one of those stupid clips, because I break it every time I try to work on these things. So with that, we're ready to throw this bed back on. I'm gonna run and grab my dad real quick to see if he'll help me, because this thing is heavy. Even without the tailgate, it's pretty heavy. All right, well, I went to go get my dad, but he's taking a nap. So I think I might try doing it myself, which is kind of dumb because I really don't want to send it into the back of the cab when I'm trying to move it. So wish me luck. We're trying to get this bed on, or I'm trying to get this bed on. This is my current setup. I have a jack on the front. That crate's gonna be important because I'm gonna kind of set it on the crate as I move it next, a jack on the front on this side, and we're just gonna try to pick it up. By we, I mean me. I'm gonna try to pick it up, move it over and set it, hopefully on the crate right there on the tire. And then my only fear is I don't want this side to slide off and then go towards the cap, because that would be really bad. So fingers crossed it's gonna work. This is officially the dumbest thing I've ever done. All right, guys, you officially just witnessed the dumbest thing I've ever done, but we got it on by some miracle. Now we're gonna go ahead and bolt it down. We need to put the filler neck back through, so that way we can take it to the gas station and test it out to see if it works. Also need to put the tailgate back on. Maybe we'll do that first, but I don't know how we got that on. This is the hardest part because you have to line up all the bolt holes. You have to poke the filler neck back through. It's gonna be kind of tedious. Also, the ground is so dirty. My back is so dirty, but hey, we do what we gotta do. We also just about got it. I think I gotta get this front bolt on the driver's side, and we should be good. Man, this last one absolutely kicked my butt. But hey, it's on, it's bolted down. Now we just need to go ahead and throw on our tailgate, and then we should take it to the gas station. There we go. All right, we got everything buttoned up. The taillights look like they work. So now let's head to the gas station and see if we fixed our problem. We're gonna try driving around for a little bit, try to go to the gas station, see if we fixed the problem. And we have arrived at Circle K. Let's try filling it up, and fingers crossed it works. Sweet. All right, fingers crossed. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Hey, looks like it's working. We may have fixed it. Guys, looks like it's working beautifully. Filling her up, hasn't popped yet. Looks like we may have solved the problem. That filler neck was probably the main issue. Sweet. Ladies and gentlemen, we fixed it. Oh, she puked up a little bit though, but that's okay. Sweet. I will take that any day. All right, so I'm really happy with all of that. I'm glad it's finally filling up how it's supposed to. The check engine light and the fuel cap light haven't gone away yet, but I think I'm gonna wipe the check engine light with an OBD2 reader. And then for the fuel cap light, I think I might know what's wrong with it. I think there's this little screw that I put in to cap the sensor. Definitely bypassed it, but I think if I go through and tighten up that screw again, I think it'll fix it. But we'll see. But anyways, that's gonna be a wrap for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.